Take 6,500 caravanners and campers. Tell them about a music festival in the outback and see what happens. It's said it's not the destination that's important, but the journey itself. In this case, it's both. So come along with What's Up Down Under and join us for the Lotus Caravan's journey to the Big Red Bash.
It's time to see this land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under. What's up down under.
Now, our Lotus Caravans journey wouldn't be complete without a couple of Lotus Caravans, and our friends at Brisbane RVs sorted this out with a colourful Freelander and off-grid. Tanya and I decided to let them lead the way.
I'm performing at the Big Red Bash, so this is a great opportunity to connect to the region that's inspired many of my songs. The entire journey will take us more than 2,000 kilometres from Brisbane all the way to Birdsville.
Our major partner on this journey is David Martin from Lotus Caravans, towing the Freelander. Supporting us along the way is Andrew Bourne from Diesel Care and Ben Marsh from Red Arc. And of course, none of this would be possible without our partners from Outback Queensland.
So we left Brisbane just near Burpengary there, and we headed, instead of heading through Toowoomba, we went through the back way up through Kilcoy, into Dalby and then across to Roma. Dalby is where we pulled into Diesel Care to meet up with Andrew Bourne, our support person for the rest of the journey.
Diesel Care have a retail store where you can purchase major brand components and accessories. The Dalby and Gundawindi branches carry a full range of ARB products, but their real strength is in the team of expert technicians using high-quality tooling and test equipment. Diesel Care is all about getting the best performance out of your vehicle, sometimes as simple as installing a Steinbauer tuning module or the proper filter to keep the Outback where it belongs, which is not in your fuel supply.
With Andrew on board and now leading the way, we hit the road on our way to Roma, our first overnight stop.
You've got this group of people that are about to come together and start ticking some stuff off bucket lists. We've got the guys from Lotus, we've got Diesel Care, and we've got some help there from the Red Arc team as well, and so you've got a lot of experience. If there's one emotion you haven't got, is the fear of things going wrong, because the team you're out there with know everything there is to know about caravans, vehicles, 12-volt, you name it. All I'm worrying about is, have we got enough drinks?
Roma has a little soft spot in our family and the Kernighan family. In fact, it was Roma where my mum found out she was pregnant with my brother Lee.
For our night stay, we chose the Big Rig Tourist Park, and owner Tim Eddy runs and operates the park for all types of travellers. And don't let the name fool you.
The Big Rig is all about the oil rigs, and it's been a long history of Roma, so that's what it's all about.
So gas and oil was the basis of the industry around the place?
Yes.
And when in Roma, do like the Romans?
If you want to relax, we've got a nice little pool there. You can relax by the pool.
And of course, there's a barbecue and camp kitchen where I took the opportunity to show the team how I make toast. There's plenty of caravan sites, both powered and unpowered, and the self-contained cabins for the touring motorist. To book your stay, just Google Big Rig Tourist Park.
Planning our trip was made easy by our partners at Outback Queensland. For more information to get the most out of your stay and to help you live Australia's story, visit Outback Queensland at outbackqueensland.com.au.
There's heaps more on today's show as we travel to our next destination, Blackall.
We make it to Longreach and the Stockman's Hall of Fame.
And travel back in time when coach really meant coach. Well, Tim, thanks for your hospitality here at the Roma Big Rig Tourist Park, mate.
No worries, Macca. Thanks for coming.
We're going to say goodbye to Roma, but we're going to say hello to Blackall. So why don't you stick around and come along with us?
What's up down under?
This journey's been made possible by our partners at Red Arc. To find out why you should make Red Arc your partner on journeys like this, just log on to redarc.com.au.
It was time to leave Roma and make our way to Blackall. Andrew from Diesel Care led the way along with the Lotus caravans, and our mates at Red Arc, never far away, but taking the road less travelled.
Once you've kicked off from Roma and start heading down the road towards Blackall, you can really see the land start changing. It was like every kilometre you went, the trees started disappearing, the green started leaving the grass, then the grass started leaving the ground, and bam, you're in the outback. So after a fairly long day in the seat driving, pull into Blackall and straight into the caravan park.
David went to work making the Lotus Freelander home, and the boys from Brisbane RVs did the same with the off-grid.
And the word oasis gets thrown around a bit, but it dead set felt like one. There's this little, like a beer garden. It's just their area where everyone comes for happy hour in the afternoon. You know, they've got a fire going, they've got a camp kitchen in there. In fact, most of the time they cook a feed for you.
So we all settled in, and it felt like home as the sun set over Blackall, leaving us to wonder what lay ahead tomorrow.
The off-grid from Lotus Caravans has taken us on some of the best adventures. And on this journey to the Big Red Bash, it's home for the boys from Brisbane RVs. The guys at Lotus Caravans have bought everything you need out here where you want to use it. You've got your kitchen, got storage. Now, in that storage space, you can actually put a second fridge. And me, I'm a big fan of the beer fridge. I'd probably put one in there. Your entertainment system, complete with a television, because after all, even though you're in the bush, you still want to watch the footy, don't you? Up the front here, you'll be rocking out with an off-road coupling backed up with a handbrake. You've got a stone guard here that's going to stop any damage to the back of your vehicle. Couple of gas bottles to run your barbecue and everything else you need to be comfortable. And a toolbox big enough for you to carry everything you're going to need while you're off the grid. Out the back here, you'll find a couple of jerry can holders, a spare wheel, all mounted on a solid bumper bar. You can get an optional firewood box that mounts in behind that, which I reckon's dead handy. You've got an LED light up there, so if you need to access any of this after dark, plenty of light to do so. Behind that, you've got an outdoor shower, so you can rinse off the sand before you go inside, or if you're a bit of a naturalist, get outside in the great outdoors and get clean. Once again, the team at Lotus Caravans have thought about everything that you might need off the road. We've even got a 12-volt power outlet right next to the wheel, so you can plug in your portable compressor to pump your tyres back up. Storage here is a tunnel boot, giving you access from both sides. Keep all your gear in here instead of keeping it inside. Speaking of inside, let's go and check that out. When it's time to tuck yourself up inside, you'll find everything you need in there as well. Italian leather lounge, queen-size bed, fridge, air conditioning, full-size ensuite, and plenty of storage. You don't have to go off the grid to find out more. Just log on to lotuscaravans.com.au. Well, you know what they say about Blackall? There's plenty to do in Blackall, and we found it all. We went to the wool scour. What a great day out.
Our guide Willow showed us the boilers that run the machinery and the original ones that certainly did their fair share over the years.
And it ran for 70 years, 1908 right through to 1978.
The steam engine that runs the entire operation benefits from the volunteers' love and devotion to keeping the history of the wool scour alive.
That's what we call the heart of the wool scour.
Willow, he actually worked in the wool scours when he was a young fellow. As he talked through the equipment and the whole process, you could tell he just had that wool scours running through his blood. If you're lucky enough to get him as your guide, man, you will not be disappointed. Walking on the floorboards of the shearer's shed, you couldn't help but feel Australia's outback history. That was what the famous Jackie Howe used?
These are, yeah.
That's it, 270 odd sheep.
321. 7 hours, 40 minutes.
Well, you know you're a great man in Australia when they name a blue singlet after you.
Yeah. True blue.
Wool classing was an important part of the process. Tables are set up just as they would have been 100 years ago.
Remember that steam engine we showed you? Well, it powered all the machinery, including where they washed the wool.
Okay, this is the first old set of wash tubs that go in here in 1908. It's a very labour-intensive line. It's when they had to hand tease the wool, you know, the fleece wool.
And all that thermal water we walked by earlier, it's got a purpose too.
The hot water, 58 degrees.
58 degrees.
58.
Straight out of the ground.
Straight out of the ground.
Best hot water system in the world. Even though the original machinery was efficient, they kept improving over the years, and a similar argument was raised. So when this machine came in, one job disappeared.
One job disappeared.
So what year was that?
1915.
So in 1915, people were saying those machines are taking all our jobs.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Willow walked us through the final process, and I have to say, when in Blackall, the wool scour is definitely a box you have to tick.
Well, Willow, thanks for that, mate. Bit of Australian history here in Blackall, and obviously in good hands. Thank you.
Thank you, Macca.
Gee, it's been fun, but hey, stick around after the break. We're going to have a look at the Blackall Caravan Park.
And then we're going to hit the road to Longreach.
What's up down under?
This journey has been made possible by our partners at Lotus Caravans. To find out more and to see the latest range of Lotus Caravans, just log on to lotuscaravans.com.au.
To make it to the Big Red Bash, we have to keep moving. So whilst the boys from Lotus Caravans prepare for the journey, Tanya decided to have a look around the Blackall Caravan Park.
So Michael, you have got a great little park here. It's like a bit of an oasis in the outback, but you got plenty of caravan sites, like powered sites.
Yeah, we have over 50 powered sites.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to go up, like, you don't need the power, but you want to just like camp, you know, under the stars in the.
Yeah, we have unpowered sites too.
Yeah. And what about your cabins? You got many cabins?
Yeah, we have 6 cabins at the moment.
Yeah.
They're all self-contained with their own kitchenettes.
Yeah. What I really love, mate, is your camp kitchen. It's fantastic. It's such a great little place for everybody to feel really welcome, get to know each other. And do you do a bit of a camp cookout here?
Yeah, we have the camp oven dinners every night during the season.
What's your specialty?
Probably the roast pork and the roast veggies and the damper.
Yeah.
Deb's got a special damper she makes.
Well, Mike, we're going to wind up our props now and we're going to hit the blacktop and head to Longreach. Our mission is to get to the Big Red Bash eventually. But thanks for having us today, and why don't you stick around and come along on board with us?
Come on, Tanya, you've got a show to get to, and the boys are getting thirsty.
The drive from Blackall to Longreach is pretty quick, you know, and a lot of people would say, oh, there's a lot of nothing out there. But you know what? I would say you've got to open your eyes because there's a lot of something.
At one stage there, we're driving along and there was these 3 blokes on their horses just pushing a mob of weaners. They'd just taken off their mothers into another paddock. You know, there would have been a loud night on that property that night, but you know, you sort of drive along and someone would say, oh, there's not much to see out here. Always something to see. You know, there's these guys with a couple of 100 head of cattle pushing them down the side of the road, and yeah, a bit of excitement for the day. It was good.
Another good thing was having Red Arc supporting us. On one of our breaks, Macca picked up some simple but handy tips.
Cameron, long journey to get out to the outback in Australia. What sort of preparation should we be looking at doing to our vehicles before we kick off?
Your battery, you want to make sure you've got good level of electrolyte in your battery. Some batteries make it a little bit hard that are sealed batteries. You want to make sure that you go into an auto electrician so they can do a diagnostic test of your battery.
So what sort of products does the team at Red Arc have to help you out on the road and keep you safe and sound?
Our TowPro. The TowPro is an electric brake controller which has proportional or automatic braking. It'll increase and decrease the braking potential in regards to how much inertia it's feeling, or in short, how hard you're standing on the brake pedal.
After our short drive, we pulled into Longreach and the Longreach Tourist Park.
Longreach Tourist Park is a big park. You know, they push a lot of people through that in the tourist season, and they're set up for it. Now, I didn't come out into outback Queensland and expect to find something this big. It's a massive park. What's its story?
It has got just over 350 powered sites. It has got over 40 cabins, family cabins and single cabins. We accommodate for singles and families.
The facilities there were fantastic. You know, there's also a restaurant and bar on site, so you can pull in there and not leave the park again. You can just have your meal on site, you can have a couple of drinks on site, sleep on site, get in your car, go again. Nice, but there is plenty to explore around Longreach, so I would suggest do get out and have a look around.
So after checking into the park, we went straight to a place that's near to my heart.
Well, there's a few things we want to check out while we're here in Longreach, but we're better to kick off than the Stockman's Hall of Fame.
We're going to catch up with these 2 handsome brutes a little bit later in the show, but for now, let's join the rest of the convoy inside.
I know the term must-see gets thrown around a fair bit, but it is a must-see. And allow yourself plenty of time because there is something there for everyone. Mate, I tell you what, you must love your job. You got yourself tethered to it.
Yeah, I'm tied to the job. I'm not going anywhere.
What do you make it?
I'm actually doing a 4-plat cowhide stock whip at the moment.
When you arrive at the Hall of Fame, you'll notice the building resembles a fuselage, which signifies the importance of aviation to the outback. Lloyd Mills, the CEO, is very proud of the aviation exhibit hanging inside.
This is the original Beechcraft Queen Air. We completely restored it, chopped it up again and brought it back.
Wow.
And then over the summer periods, over about a period of 2 months, we brought it back into the building and we hung it from the ceiling. And it hangs in pride of place now.
Every time I go to the Hall of Fame, they've revamped it, they've brought a new display in.
These are our faces, so every one of these guys tells a story. We've got 350 of them. And you quite simply just touch on the touch screens these days, and they're actually there to have video recordings telling the story of the properties that they worked at, the trials and tribulations of what they went through. And then over on the wall there, we've got the tribal map. It took us 2 years to get that as right as we possibly could, because it's sort of very fluid. But you can go on where you live and it'll bring up information about the local tribe.
Having this is like, this is where we come from.
It is,
Yeah.
it is. And you know, we're on their country at the end of the day, and we should never forget that.
It was a pretty special day for Tanya too, I think. You know, there's a photo there of her grandfather that she always goes and checks out, and she took me down there and to show me the photo of her pop, and yeah, pretty emotional time for Tanya, which is completely understandable. Also, make sure you leave time for the live show out the back. Do not leave without checking it out, because it is a cracker. John Hawkes puts on a show which illustrates the stockman's life in the outback in a humorous and entertaining way. He involves the audience. Today, it was Tanya.
Tanya, can you just lead him over here to my saddle? This is my favourite saddle. This is actually a Wizard Smith saddle.
And put me in charge of drafting sheep. Not sure how I did, but the convoy enjoyed watching me give it a go. Well, guess what? I feel as though I've had a win here today, and if you'd like to have a win, why don't you check out our competitions both online or on the show like this one. What's Up Down Under have teamed up with the Caravan Industry Association Victoria. Go make some memories, and New Age Caravans to help you get your gecko on. New Age Caravans is giving you the chance to win a brand new gecko caravan valued at over $50,000. For the runner-up prize, our mates at Kamek are giving away a $1,000 gift voucher. There are also monthly prizes to be won, including 6 $500 Kamek vouchers and 6 family parks vouchers valued at over $150 each. You can enter every day of the competition, and all you have to do is log on to whatsupdownunder.com.au, click on our competitions page and follow the prompts. Now, who hasn't misplaced their caravan key? It happens, and Kamek have designed a clever solution, the keyless entry lock. All you need to do is carry a small fob or wristband to unlock or lock your RV door. No more losing your keys when you're at the beach, and it's perfect for the active family, even the kids, big or small. The fobs and bracelets are 100% waterproof for swimming, running, cycling. It's the key to a perfect keyless holiday. It runs off the RV's 12-volt system or internal batteries and still operates with a traditional key. You don't have to worry about your RV's 12-volt power supply. If it gets low, the keyless entry system switches to battery backup, so you always have access to your RV. You can use a fob or bracelet and it fits any Kamek main door. So with Kamek, you can unlock the possibilities. Ask your caravan manufacturer about having keyless entry installed, or visit your local Kamek store, online or at a participating dealer. For more information on this product or any other, just log on to kamek.com. What a great show here at the Australian Stockman's Hall of Fame. Next time you're coming to Longreach, jump on the net, find out the details and times for the show, and make sure you catch it.
Hey, stick around after the break. We're going to head into town because we've got a coach to catch on Outback Pioneers.
What's up, down under?
This journey has been made possible by our partners at Diesel Care. To find out how Diesel Care can help you improve the performance of your vehicle, just log on to dieselcare.com.au.
Don't miss your chance to rock the desert at the 2018 Big Red Bash. Tickets are now on sale. To purchase tickets online and find out all the information you need to be part of the most remote music festival in the world, just log on to bigredbash.com.au.
When you come to Longreach, you've got to jump on board with the fellas at Outback Pioneers for one of their great experiences.
And we're just about to have one of those experiences right now.
Load up, Macca, let's get out of here. Giddy up, let's go, boys.
So we all hit the town looking for some tourist attractions, and it didn't take long, of course, to find the Kinnan and Co. Stagecoach ride, and the boys were a bit like, what are we doing here? So just get in, sit down, shut up, hold on.
Talking about unleashing your spirit of adventure, man, it was so much fun. And you're going full pelt down a dirt road and there's clogs of dirt flying up at you and the wind's blowing through your hair. And you look over to this side and there's a white horse cantering along beside you.
Come on, mate. A lot of fun, the laughs, the smiles. Everyone had a really good time.
I've always wanted to do that. As many times as I've been to Longreach, and I've always looked at that stagecoach ride over at Kinnan's and thought, I'll get on that one day, and that one day came around.
Well, that is an experience you are not going to get every day of the week. Make sure you treat yourself to it at least once in your life.
Well, that was absolutely fantastic. And you know what? You can do it too. All you've got to do is jump on their website, outbackpioneers.com.au, and unleash your outback spirit adventure.
Well, that's all we've got time for today, and we do have to thank our partners, Lotus Caravans, as well as the other guys that are along on the journey from Red Arc.
And we've got Diesel Care and Outback Queensland.
Make sure you come and join us again next week, because we're going to be kicking off again here in Longreach for the next leg of our journey as we show you
what's up down under.